Seems like my audio isn't working, so instead I'll just do it here afterwards. Welcome to Challenger 7 Memorial Course. Today we'll be doing longs to longs. This is a course that is pretty close to my house. It's where I'll be training in the off season. It's where I train every time I come home, so I'm glad to be home and get some reps on it now. As well, I'm really good friends with the course designer, or one of the course designers, so any input that I get here, I will be relaying to him, and we can try to get the course more on tour, maybe Jomez series, we'll see. Starting off, we have hole 1, which is a kind of left turn. You really want to get something with a little bit of flip up. There's a tight gap, which if you miss, you're in some really kind of thick rough, and then you want a really mild fade, and that should get you a putt every time. Hole 2, 420-foot par 3. You can see the orange basket there. There's a lot of trees in the way. The two main ways are going to be trying to get a late backhand flip to it or a long forehand, which gives you a longer putt. So for me, I always like the backhand. Under it! As you can see, I hit the last guardian, so just a little pitch up with my flammer. Let me tap in. That was nice. Nice par on this hole. Hole 3, 355 feet. You can see the basket through the woods. Usually people are trying to take the right side with kind of a straight to overstable fairway or distance driver and just trying to push as far straight as you can. I find it's a little bit more useful to be left, so I'm going with my beat up honor. And that'll give me a putt. It's definitely not parked, but it'll give me a putt, which is all I want on this hole. My honor ended up about 20 feet that way. Honestly, one of my better shots, you just have to hook it around, fade out, and just try to come into here. It'll give you a putt. But there's always stuff in the way out here, so. That's a birdie as well. Hole 4, 824 feet. It's a pretty long par 4. There's no real good way to video this first shot, but it's gonna be a big Annie trying to get right. It's kind of hard to go too far right without going right of the big tree, but it's really easy to go left, and left is terrible. And one of the discs I've been trying out is this Lucid Chameleon Glimmer Raider, because Ricky recommended it when we were in an airport on the way to Sweden. So I'm just gonna throw it up on a big Annie, see how it flies. I think the basket's kind of that way. I think I'm just gonna, I think my best option, honestly, is to try to throw a big forehand around. Actually, I think it'd be a big turnover around. So for that, we're gonna go with the evader, the big Annie, and see if I can get it to glide right for a bit. That's pretty much exactly what I wanted. We'll see how that ends up. I definitely overturned this with a little too much wind, but it's better to be in the middle over here than in the woods left. Definitely not ideal, but give it a bit. A little right to left. Gonna try to maybe punch it a little more. Hole 5, 324 feet. It's just a big kind of stall hyzer in. There's a gap. You can see the backside and you can see the close side, but if you are not in the open, it is a really hard par save. So we're gonna throw a mutiny high and try to get this stall in. That's early. That was a nice kick out, but I should get something. Honestly, really favorable kick out. So I'm gonna try to throw it in because there isn't really any danger to trying. That was a good line. Did go a little far with the attempted throw in, but this is what I signed up for. So, take a par with a good kick out and almost throw in. Hole 6, I'm not sure if it's 1053 or 1028, but par 5. You have a big hill in your way. The most common plays are a big hyzer to the top of it or a forehand around. I usually prefer to throw forehand. So for me, I'm gonna be throwing a like straight to stable enforcer and just hitting it flat on this left side. Just trying to get some distance. And then honestly playing for a long look at birdie or an easy par. This is a pretty common space to land for the forehand. The backhand gives you a better angle, but it's hard to get in a better position with wind. So from here, usually I just try to play for the middle, so I'm gonna be throwing a suspect. Just turn over forehand. Well, it's centered, so that'll be fine. This hole's hard. Not a great spot landed, but I'm like 10 feet in front of the short pad, so I'm just gonna be throwing a fairway, essentially trying to birdie from the short. Straight and a little bit left. No turn. I might be getting a bogey here. It's fine, it's okay. Again, not great, but I think the proper play now is to try to go over the top of this spike, which I don't love, but I don't think there's another way to get right enough, quick enough. Well, I think it'll be a putt, so that's all I really want. As much as I hate it, I do think over the top is the best way when you're in the fairway to get right enough, unless you're too far back. You just crash into these trees and drop to like, I don't know, 15 to 20 and make a putt. That's a really good par save, honestly. Hole 7, 425 foot par 4. My friend describes this as the anti-Isaac Robinson hole. Simply because of the second shot, but the first shot should just be a hyzer around. It's a really tight landing zone, so I'm going with my mutiny, trying to hit it low with some power and trying to get it to skip left. Just a little inside, but it should give me a par. A little bit inside, undershot. But I'm just gonna try to flick around the corner and give myself an approach for par with my suspect. I don't think you could see where that landed, but it was great. So I'm excited to see where it went. That was a mean kick, but oh well. It's another good par save. Saving everything out here right now. Hole 8, 844 feet, par 4. You can see the short and white, the long and orange way over there. I'll put a marker over it. Everything left of this path is out of bounds. So first shot really is just trying to be inbounds and then going for a big second and trying to get a putt. Going with an enforcer. I think that's about as good as I can do it. Push a little bit. Great skip. Yeah, that's in a perfect position to try to attack that long pin. And honestly, even if we were going to short, it's the same shot, just with a long putt for birdie. Pretty far from the basket still, but I got a Raider for Ricky, and I'm just gonna smoke it and see how close I can get. That'll be a putt at it. Just a little short, about 40, 45. Headwind all the way on this hole, so any putt's a good putt. Wind did not keep my putt up. I thought, ooh, it's dropping. Oh well, it's a par. Par is just fine here. All right, last hole of this front nine, hole 9. How far is this? 614, 614 par 4. Definitely got some trees in the way. Just looking to keep it in the middle on the first, which is really hard because if you throw a hyzer or a backhand or a forehand hyzer, both will skip into the edges. So the most common play I see is a backhand starting flat or flexing and having a really tight flex down the middle. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Go a little faster than I think I might need to with my Sargent. Hit it flat and let it kind of turn. There is a second tree that I might hit, so it's okay. That is about as good as I can do it, I think. Just sit. So that's in the fairway still, a little on the edge, but it should just give me a nice forehand out to it. This is usually where I get myself into trouble by trying to go big spike hyzer, which I think is still a decent play, but I've bogeyed it more times, so I'm just gonna punch a low felon out the gap and try to get a skip up to it. One of my Dr. Christie Dyes felon. Just hitting it flat down this and seeing if I can get a skip. I think I almost made it. Almost threw it in for 2, which means I probably have a long putt coming back at it. Well, I think I definitely almost made it. It's just behind on the angle that I want it to be. Might have been a little short coming in, but what can you do? It's a nice birdie to finish out the front 9. Thank y'all for tuning into the front 9. I will be back out another day to do the back 9. My phone's almost dead. It's overheating. Thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment any questions you have about this course because it is pretty new. We'll be out soon for the back 9. Thank y'all.